What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Quarterback Ben Roethlisberger is done for the season with an elbow injury. We got the breaking news again. Quarterback, two-time Super Bowl winner Ben Roethlisberger is done for the season with an elbow injury. It's being speculated that he might need Tommy John surgery. Is what speculation is. That's kind of like an injury that usually happens in baseball, but baseball pitchers, and they saying that could be the case with his injury. As I was watching the replays of him throwing the ball against Seattle and quickly grabbing for his elbow, grimacing in pain, I was wondering. I was like, man, when I first heard the injury on when the first the worst. First spread that he was injured and taken out of the game, I was thinking he might have banged his elbow on a helmet throwing the ball, or maybe he was running and maybe landed on his elbow wrong, or maybe he got sacked and landed on his elbow wrong. That's what I was expecting to see. But they were showing video of him just throwing the ball and quickly grabbing his elbow, grimacing in pain. So he's going to be done for the season. He's going to have surgery, and he won't play the rest of this year. And like I said, it's been speculated he's got a Tommy John. He's going to need Tommy John surgery, and that's, like I say, that's prevalent for Major League Baseball pitchers, pitchers in general. That's pitching, man. They've had problems with their elbow, throwing high velocity pitches, putting a lot of strain on their elbow, and it's known a lot in the baseball circles for pitchers having that type of injury. So we'll see what transpires, man. Ben Roethlisberger is a guy that's basically on the back nine of his career. He's taken a lot of hits, and had a lot of injuries, in the middle part of his career, actually. Since 2016, he's only missed one game, so he's been pretty durable since 2016. But before then, he had a lot of history of injuries that took him out of some games, and he missed multiple weeks. But he's been pretty healthy the last 3 years. And I think that's due to his, enhanced workout regimen. I think he's worked to get in better shape coming into the season. But it's reared his ugly head this year, and he's going to miss the season. So a lot of people say this is going to make the division wide open for the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. But I didn't look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion, as a playoff team going into the season. I thought losing Le'Veon Bell, losing Antonio Brown, and still having the secondary issues that they had in the past. They safeties are not good. They brought in Hayden from the Browns. He's decent, but he's not played to the level I thought he would play in Cleveland, and being that shutdown #1 corner, top 5 corner. He's not played up there. He's a good corner, don't get me wrong, but he's not top 5 in my opinion. And they've had issues in the secondary. And they've improved their front four for the linebackers, and their front 7 with Haywood in the middle, wrecking havoc. They're decent there, but their back end has been bad. And losing two of their top players on offense from last season, it was going to make a difference. I thought that even with Ben Roethlisberger being there. So now they're going to be going to Mason Rudolph. He's out of Oklahoma State. He played well in the game against Seattle. Came off the bench, made some plays, but now the team's going to have a film on him, and we'll see how he plays in the rest of this year, as it's going to be a situation where he can prove to the Pittsburgh Steelers organization that he is a starting caliber quarterback, and maybe they can start moving on from the Ben Roethlisberger era, and maybe introducing the Mason Rudolph era. We'll see how it transpires. We'll see what happens. But again, quarterback Ben Roethlisberger is out for the season and will need elbow surgery, as it is being speculated that he will need Tommy John surgery. And like I said, that's a surgery that's very prevalent in baseball. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens with the rest of the year. I like the Baltimore Ravens to win the division. I liked them before Ben got hurt, and I sure like him to run away with the division now that he got hurt. Now you look at the landscape, the Browns, I think they're a little bit overrated going into the season. I never thought the Bengals were going to have a playoff caliber team. I'm looking for them to be a high draft pick, probably a top 5 draft pick. I'm looking for them not to have a good season. I'll be surprised they win over 5 games this year. And I think this is going to be going to help the Baltimore Ravens run away with this division and maybe compete with Kansas City and New England for home field advantage. That's what I think this does. They have a chance to go undefeated in a division. At worst case scenario, go 5-1 in the division, maybe 5-1 inside the division. Maybe they lose at Cleveland. But I'm looking for them to sweep through Pittsburgh, sweep through Cincinnati, and maybe even sweep through Cleveland. They go 6-0. Like I said, worst case scenario, lose at Cleveland, go 5-1 in the division, and win at least 11 games this season, and run away with that division. So we'll see what happens, man. But again, Ben Roethlisberger is out for the season with an elbow injury, and he's done for the season. And we'll see what happens on the in the rest of his career as he makes his way back. Will he be the same? Will the arm strength be the same? Would he be back in Pittsburgh, or would he have to go to another organization to revive his career? Again, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the thumbs down button. And subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.